We all live.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Setting up the right, should be all right. Let me just check. Yeah, we are. Oh God, we look very, very nice. Oh my God, yeah.
What have you done to me to make me look nice?
Oh no, I can't believe the colours. I mean, it's so bright and with the colours and everything. It looks absolutely fantastic. And besides, doing it this way, so you can see both people's a lot better than doing it just having one.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, on my phone, I'm literally only a small dot. So yeah, but I can imagine it looks all right. I've watched Sky interviews with on Zoom and stuff like that, so I can imagine it's all right.
Well, me being 51 years old, I have to be wide now, so it's everything. But yeah, we've got a listener, we've got a watcher. So good evening, welcome back to the first one in a brand new situation of Eagles chat. I am joined, as you can see to my right. Is that Matt? That's my right there. Dan Fowler is social media guru, the guy that does all the interviews, the guy that seems to do everything for the club apart from play and manage and coach, but he does all
his photos as well. But yeah, it's
yeah. So how's the break been to you?
See, it's been all right, but it's not the same, is it? We are the Eagles every Sunday or Friday, obviously pulling your hair out, watching them at times. So yeah, it's a shame what's happened. Obviously, I mean we've got to look ahead to next year now. I'm sure Tubbs is in talks with players here, there, and everywhere, and trying to get new players in and the same players to keep playing for us, obviously. So it's tough. It's tough, but it's been all right. It's not been too bad.
Is he a bit of a diva to deal with, is Mr. Marcus?
No, not particularly. No, he's good. I mean, he's one of those. He kind of reminds me of Warnock in football, as in you can ask him one question and he goes off on. You can. Yeah, it's I do remember one time watching a video. Liam did it. We're an interview with Tubbs after we got smashed in Toulouse. I'm not sure if it weren't last year, I don't think. Or it might have been, actually. Might have been last year or year before. And he asked a question and he gave such a snappy answer that I'm like, he's never like that with me. So I think it must be Liam's just got the tough end at stick there. But yeah, he's great to deal with. He really is. Even when we've lost, people think he's quite negative, but he always looks full of positive and stuff. And especially 2018 were it could have been a disaster for us, but ever since pretty much when he played Blake, I mean, we got hammered against Lee, but Blake made his debut, he scored, and we conceded about 74 points, but that's possibly the happiest I've seen him after a loss. And ever since then, really, 2019, obviously last year, were brilliant. And like I say, he don't change, really. He's good to deal with. He's a good guy and does anything for anyone, really.
Yeah, I know that one. I know he's not changed from doing the schools with him. Bloody nearly all. Yeah, 31 years ago now. He gave up his job at Argos to come back and work at the schools with the Eagles, and always remember that. I think one of my favourite memories is him and Davil coming into the office to have an argument with Tim Butcher and say, "We don't want to work Mondays. We want to rest on Mondays. We don't want to come in the day after we've played." And Tim Butcher was like, "No, you've got to work." And then all of a sudden they said, "Right, we're not coming in." So 2 weeks later, they didn't come in on Mondays. And then all of a sudden, somebody rang Davil and they couldn't get hold of him. And I think it was girlfriend at the time, Janice, who's now his wife. And she said, "Oh, Davil's on the golf course with Mark." And we went, "Yeah, right, resting my left bleeding foot." They just wanted Mondays to go on the bleeding golf course. That's all they wanted to do it for.
Brilliant.
He's never changed. He never will. And God bless him. And without him, I don't know if the Eagles will still be here anyway.
So. No, definitely not in its current state, I don't think. I mean, obviously, a lot of good work were done by Ian Swire and John Whaling and everyone to get everything back up again after the merger and everything like that. I mean, like I say, I were only 2 when it happened, really. So, like I say, I still haven't forgiven my mum and dad for not taking me to Wembley. So, yeah, it's in 98, but...
So you was one of the first people. You've got to be the youngest person that was at the crash at Don Valley Stadium.
I probably, like I say, I don't really remember much.
I think you was that little baby that was at the crash I swear there was a crash at Don Valley Stadium, and you and your mum and dad used to take this little baby to the crash so they could watch the games.
I hope it were me.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
gonna be you.
I hope it were. I mean, unless they're keeping a big secret from me. But yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the game. We're gonna watch the game. You go. I've got all the old programs. I'm gonna see if I can find a photograph of you.
Yeah, I got. I don't know who it were that took me onto the pitch. I got carried onto the pitch about maybe 6 weeks old. Played Salford, I think. I'm pretty. Someone did send me a photo of the program. I'm pretty sure I did tweet it out as well, so I'll have to find that one. But yeah, they were just scared that the player were going to drop me. So
how is it growing up with two people?
Start the game.
How was it growing up with two people that were the fanatics like your mum and dad are?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always been part of my life, really. I mean, obviously, not. So mum and dad separated, like, but we're always in close contact with my dad anyway, and living with my mum. We always saw him at matches anyway. So yeah, I always used to sit with my dad with away tarts, and my mum always used to sit below, like bottom right where Don Valley is. So, as I were looking at pitch. So yeah, it's been great really, because there was really no way of me not watching the Eagles really. So. And then it just so happened that I got into writing, and then did a programme piece, took over from James Whaling in 2014 when we were at Owlerton. And yeah, and that were it. I mean, went to uni in 2015 for 3 years, but I was still doing my stuff with Eagles. Did a week's worth of work experience in office with Tubbs and Liam, and that were good. I mean, it's obviously a shame we can't do that permanently because, like I said, money's tight and everything like that. And I'm sure if the club did have money, I'm sure Liam would want me and Alex on board full time, really, so we can. But it's just not one of those things that we can do. I mean, I know we went full time with players in 2016, and I know that didn't work out as well as what we would have wanted. But it's just one of those things. I love working with, like, volunteering for Eagles, doing. I don't even mind not getting paid, because the likes of, like, last year running onto pitch at Wembley and having that day and night with players and everything like that, it's just something money can't buy. It's amazing. And seeing my mum and dad like doing a full circle really, because they were there in '98 and I wasn't, so I got to be on pitch and they didn't. So yeah, that's 1-0 to me, I think. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it were good. It were really good, and just yeah, like I say, I can't really say how happy I was. I think pretty sure I did cry on pitch. I'm not ashamed to say that, because just small little Sheffield Eagles winning at Wembley again. I mean, yeah, it's great, isn't it? Great.
I think one of my favourite things at Wembley is I was with the Widnes mascot, a guy called Tony Spence.
Yeah, I saw you're in tunnel, like, yeah.
So we were having a great time, and then we got all these bottles of water. We got massive bottles of water given us by Wembley.
That's
and
great,
then he said, "Why don't you come over to the Widnes bit?" And I went, "No." And he went, "Why?" I said, "There's about 6,000 of you guys. There's about a few hundred of us." I said, "I'm safe with us." He went, No, come on over. And I'm like, hell, no.
Yeah, 6,002p coins raining on you. I don't think you'd be wanting that, to be fair.
I love Widnes debates, don't get me wrong. I've always had, excuse me, I've always had this thing with Widnes and throughout with the league things. But when I look at Wembley and I saw their end, and he's going, "You haven't brought many, have you?" And I said, "Listen, it's not the quality, it's the quantity, okay?"
Yeah, you don't know.
Each one of them fans has died for the Eagles this year. How many can you say that of yours? And he went,
"Gonna turn the amount of petrol for home matches as well. Obviously, going to Wakefield in 2018, 2015 at Donny. It's I mean, 2015 were one of the most successful seasons we've had recently, to be fair. It's I think it kind of made it better for us that Doncaster weren't doing as well. I think Donny went down that year, and they hardly won a game at home, and they were usually the first game on, and then we'd play and usually win. So I think we lost about 2 games that year at home. So yeah, it's great that the fans have stuck with us, really, because obviously I know there's not many of them, but they don't half make some racket, and I know you see comments about, oh yeah, but we don't market within the city. I mean, it's hard when you've got a I say stadium. Obviously, OLP's not the finished article by any stretch of the imagination. But once we get that solid base, and I think if we have have like the same team as what we've had over the last couple of years, there's nothing to say that we can't get 1,000 through door and then build on that, because we've shown in the past, like the London game in 2013, the Challenge Cup, 3,500 there. Wakefield at Bramall Lane, about 2,000 there, but it sounded like 20. It sounded like 20,000. It can be done, and with the World Cup as well, it's just that crest of a wave that we got to make it a really good event and make it like something Friday night Sheffield Eagles. That's what that's what we got to get to the public. Like, oh yeah, Friday it's the day of the Eagles. And that'd be great. It would be great, because
are you going to be involved with the World Cup side of things with the Eagles?
I'm going to try to be. Yeah, I mean, it's anything that I can do from the Eagles' point of view, and maybe collaborating with the likes of Sheffield Oaks, Sheffield Forgers, Sheffield United, obviously. That it just makes sense for us all to be as one, really, for that. I mean, of course, we're going to have we're going to have the season running alongside it. Well, I know the World Cup's at the end of the season, but we've got to make sure that we're doing all we can, really, to really like get involved with the teams that are staying there. Even the Wheelchair World Cup as well. We've got the 2 semi-finals. I mean, and I don't know if you've seen any of the footage of the wheelchair rugby, but my God, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. So
I've still got the bruises from playing when we I think wheelchair rugby was in its very, very infancy, and we went to Lodgemore Hospital, and we went to the paraplegic, and we took his Eagles side, and it was Bruce Maguire, and it was Mark Aston, it was Darryl, it was me, Jason Davidson, David Fraze, and a few others. Yeah. And after 5 seconds of that game kicking off, Mark flew off, and Bruce Maguire ran off and went, hell no. They're ramming his legs. They can't feel their legs. They're going to break mine. And he refused to play. They just went at his legs and were going, no chance. I'm not having this. No way. And there's a great photograph of Mark being pulled out of his wheelchair, falling out of a wheelchair from somewhere. It's in one of the books. It's hilarious. He's just got Mark falling out of the chair.
That'd be great. That'd be brilliant. I'm sure Mark would really appreciate that.
Oh, I'll get the book and I'll say, here you go, Mark. Remember this with wheelchair rugby? That was one of the most brutal nights ever. Every single one of us finished. We got hammered something like 64-4. We hardly ever scored, and it was just like, no way I'm doing that again. And the bruises we had on the shins and everything. God, who said this was going to be fun? Like, we should have had shin pads or something, and nobody realised how brutal it can be. And we're like,
yeah, exactly. So it'd be good, because I think France are going for the back-to-back. They've won it the first twice, I think. So they've want to really like even putting interviews out with the wheelchair rugby league players that like some people obviously won't know who they are really coming into the tournament. We've got to try and make them as big as they can be, as big a stars as they can. And if we can help in any sort of way in publicising that and getting the fixtures out there, then that's what we got to do, really, because we've got to make it a big event like it is, really. So it only comes around every so often. So
yeah, I mean, Euro 90, I mean, I remember Euro 96 being huge, but this is our chance to be as big as that.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely so. Because you hear World Cup in any sport, you know it's a big thing. It's got to be a big thing. So yeah, it's going to be our time to hopefully. I mean, yeah, hopefully our time to shine, sort of thing. Because I know Donny, I think he's in Samoa, I think. So yeah, so I don't know if they'll be wanting to get involved in some sort of like joint promotion, South Yorkshire based sort of thing. So it makes sense, I guess. But yeah, we'll see what we can do.
I mean, we've got Bramall Lane. We've got the wheelchair guys and everything. We have got this possibility now to get Sheffield and said to the whole Sheffield public, hey, come on and look at this. Come on, do it.
Exactly, definitely.
We'll fill it. We'll definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being. Well, if Ralph Rimmer's got anything to do with it, maybe he'll help. But I'm mighty enough is my rise. Hiya, Katie. I hope you're well. Katie's watching us in the chat.
All right,
I
nice
really
one.
like the new setup. I really like the new setup we've got. Yay!
That's good then. That's all right.
It's a lot better than having a phone and a bloody laptop as my bloody record.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many people will be enjoying actually seeing my mug. Really, I'm usually back at Stanley laptop, and no one can see me because I'm deep into my screen. So yeah.
Oh, I love it to bits, mate. So,
But yeah, I think the RFL have been good really with what they've and Rugby League World Cup themselves, because obviously I know it's a separate entity, so they've been really good with promotional things and everything like that. Councils got involved with retweeting stuff on Twitter and posting it out on their Facebook channels and website. It's in the best interests of everyone if they really get behind it, because we've got to get these people that know of the Eagles and know of rugby league down to the game, because this is the England team that will be playing. I mean, I know they're playing Greece, and I think Stefanos Bastas, I think he's called, is used to. We're on trial with the Eagles. He were at Sheffield Hawks as well. Played for Donny at one point as well. He'll be part of the Greece team. So yeah, it'll be good to see. Like, it's their chance as well, the Greeks' chance to really like make the name in rugby league. If they can put up a good performance against England, then anything's possible, really.
right. Let's talk about what your typical day is. So if it comes to a Sunday morning, you wake up. What is your typical day on a match day down at the OLP, really, from start to finish?
It kind of starts on Saturday evening, really, because we get the graphics from Alex, so like the match day graphics. So they get scheduled around. I'd hope around 8 p.m. on the previous night, on the Saturday night. First, probably 10 a.m. on the social channels. We get the team at 2 o'clock, but want to get down to the actual stadium. So say if it's a Sunday 3 p.m., get down for about 1 o'clock. Take a picture of the stadium, obviously, and some of the players arriving, and then the warm ups. Well, at 2 o'clock we get the graphics sorted. Alex does an absolutely unbelievable job, really. I mean, if you want to get him on as well, I mean, if you want at some point, I'm sure he'll go through what he has to do. But the amount of times he just pulls it out of the bag every time, like whether it be a different graphic or like we do. We'll be talking about different like styles and stuff like that in the next sort of weeks for the new season, and just how good it is and how professional it looks. It just takes our social media up to a next level. So we get the team sheets, and then he puts it into a graphic, post around 2 o'clock, about an hour before the kickoff, and then I usually tend to go out onto the pitch and then film the players warming up and everything like that. Cutting out, filming when they're not swearing or anything like that. So it's family game and all that. So and then
that's going to be quickest warm up ever. Doing that, if they don't swear, that's going to be good.
They're usually all right. They're quite motivational and not swearing as well. But yeah, it's sometimes one of the times that I kind of nearly got caught at was when I think we beat Bradford, and I went onto the pitch. Players are applauding, fans, and I'm not sure who Tubby was shouting at. He was shouting at one of our players, and he did bleep, and I'm like, oh, God, it was a really good video as well. Like, they were going up to the fans, they're applauding, fans are really happy, and then you hear Tubby effing and jeffing in the background. I'm like, that's brilliant, that's brilliant. So, so I turn around, I'm like, do you mind? Like, oh. So, but he's all right. He's all right in interviews, to be fair, I thought, because obviously when we first started, so when I first started interviewing him week in, week out around 2018, and we were losing that. I think it took 11 games for us to win his first game. And I'm like, oh, God. So every week it's like, oh, game like 40 put past us. And it's not ideal. But then we turned it around with help from St. Helens. So, yeah, he's done all right, hasn't he? But
yeah,
so literally what happens in answer to your actual question, gone roundabout way of doing it. 3 o'clock. See, he does that as well. To be fair, when I ask a question, he talks about anything other than what I asked about.
Do it. Keeps going. Adds to the minutes. Adds to the minutes. Keep going. Keep
I
going.
feel like, I'm gonna say I feel like I'm turning into him. But yeah, it's so 3:00 starts. Obviously, I do set by set on Twitter, so it's the just after every set. Usually, like if there's been a big tackle, I'll tweet about that, and then how the set ends as well. So like winners coming out of their own 10 meters. I try and do that. I mean, it's tough sometimes because I am a fan as well. So when it gets to nitty gritty and it's like, oh God, no. I thought Wembley would be bad for me, but seeing as we were losing at half time, but I didn't really feel nervous as such. I thought there were a few like errors in defence that because I think they broke through twice in about 5 minutes, didn't they? And then scored right at the end of the half. And I thought if we can just put it together here, we'll be all right. And we were. So that particular game was all right for me tweeting because I didn't feel too many nerves, even going into the last 20 minutes when we were only 2 scores up. I felt like we were okay. So, but sometimes if there is some discrepancy in the tweets, so in the minutes between the tweets, you know what I'm doing because I'll be like that. I'll be like, you can't type with one hand. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be really nervous. I mean, I get it. I get that sometimes, and it's just how it is. But I try and take my fan side out of it and be as impartial as possible. I know sometimes I could get a bit overboard once I first started doing it, really. But now I think I'm all right in terms of, say, if a ref's decision don't go our way and stuff like that. I don't really slate them because they're only human, aren't they, like us? So it's just one of those things.
Yeah, everybody's only human, and being partial, then you perform miracles. If you're being partial and you got to do it with both sides.
It's one of those things. I feel like because it's such a good place to be, as in like just literally tweeting about the actual game in front. And like I said, we've got like 13,000 people. Like not all 13,000 will be glued to our Twitter, but 13,000 followers. They'll want to know what's happening. A lot of neutral fans as well, that fans from different grounds that are wanting to know how Eagles and Halifax are getting on, something like that. And you've got like set by set, you can see who scored and everything like that. So I feel like it's good that what we do, we try and do it as best as we can. Lewis does a great job as well when I'm working like my actual job, and I'm working on a Sunday. He takes over, so it's an all Coleman tag team on the Eagles media. So and they do really well, both of them. So yeah, and I know Lewis will be doing the same as what I did going to uni. So he's going to uni and doing sports journalism. So yeah, he might be taking my role full time. You never know.
Yeah, I can just see that happening somehow. I mean, when you're saying about the volunteer side of the Eagles, it's always been the volunteers of something of the Eagles, even from the early days of Dan Fowler, all the way through to now. It just seems that little bit of the army of the volunteer army gives that extra boost and everything. Saying, look, these guys are going to do it. They're doing it because they love the club. And I've always said that we'll always have that connection. It's a connection that no other club has, I believe.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's nothing like there's no one as important as anyone else. I mean, even though we're like on social media and we're doing everything, it's people that we don't get any money really coming in from that side of things, apart from at the end of the season when I think that the RFL do like however many followers you've got and stuff like that. They work it out into a league table sort of thing, and you get as much funding as what you want. But like the program sellers, Golden Gamble, like that's match day funding that we're missing right now because obviously we're not doing anything. They're as important as anyone really, because and on the ticket office as well. Everyone does a brilliant job, and I feel like in seeing the same people over and over again, it's brilliant. It's good, and it's nice being at the OLP as well. Like I say, as much as it's not the finished article, and seeing different fans there and stuff like that. I mean, people bringing new people. I think like as they call the junior away tarts, like the Roonies and all them that have come along over the last couple of years, last few years. They're brilliant. it's like a breath of fresh air seeing new people come along every time and just getting involved. And that's what we need. That's what we need in a proper stadium. It feels like it'd be a lot more better, win or lose, that we're in a proper stadium. You sat down, you can have a beer, and you're just watching the rugby on a Friday night. That's perfect. Like that's all we want. And fingers crossed, we can get that sorted. I mean, I don't have any breaking news or anything like that. And even if I did, I'd be keeping my mouth shut. But I don't. Or get in big trouble.
We'll leave that to Liam and the Marks.
Exactly. That's the best way. But of course, I mean, and like being a fan, I'm as frustrated as anyone really. Like it's not happened yet, but I mean, there's only so much the club can do really. So, and Liam does a sterling job behind the scenes. One, putting up with Tubby, and two, doing everything else really. Like Mark Hannigan, Adam Clayton, they're absolutely brilliant that they've come in over the last few years as well. Really added to what the club's about in the background, and also with sponsorship as well, getting more sponsors and we hospitality on Friday night. Friday night's supposed to be the best night for hospitality with the Eagles. So fingers crossed we can get that going once the stadium's built. So yeah.
You don't help me Friday nights. Give over. I'm living down here just outside of Peterborough. To get back here, I'll be about 2 o'clock in the morning.
You'll have to come back. 2 o'clock in the morning. It's fine.
Give over. If you're trying to get the train back from bloody Sheffield down to bloody down where I live, it's impossible.
Unfortunately, we can't get.
I'll have to get a hotel. Simple as that.
I don't think travel expenses and hotel expenses but yeah, we'll see.
I think the time I came up last year,
it would be a great position to be in if that was the case.
Yeah. When I came up last year, I reckon I think it was we played Lee, and it was the first time I'd seen the OLP, and everyone and all the people that knew me were saying, "What do you think? What do you think?" I said, "It's like an oil painting. It's just the start of it, and when it's finished, it'll look beautiful." And they went, "Never known anybody said that before." And I said, "Look, it's a basic. What would you rather do? Watch us in Wakefield, or I'll take anything as long as Sheffield Eagles are playing in Sheffield." I said, and besides, I've never been this close to a bloody home match in my life. So I'm happy the fact that we're that close anyway to the bloody players. And they went, "Yeah, I suppose." And they go, "Exactly. Positive." And I'm like, I'm always positive. That's the thing. I'm
always one extreme to another, really, having to get you. I mean, my eyes will be forever okay after watching like rugby at Don Valley. Obviously, the old Don Valley. I mean, like just being so far away, it's like, oh, gee. I mean, I've always wondered, could the fans hear? Could the players hear us? I mean, I'm sure they could, but yeah, it's just that was so far away, and now it's just like the complete opposite, even the collisions and stuff like that. And I think it's great. Hopefully, the banking will stay the same where it is, because I think Tubbs compared it to like the NRL. You know, the NRL grounds, you can sit on the banking and watch it.
Yeah.
Watch the rugby on a summer's day. You can't get better than that.
Can't beat that. I loved it. Where I was sitting. I was stood with a few of the old away tours, original ones, and all in his 50s now. And we were watching it, and I'm saying to him, I goes, "What do you think?" He goes, "Well," he says, "it's a grass bank. We've got beer. We've got a burger. Watching rugby. What else do you want?" I went, "Yeah, you got it." And I chatted to a few Leaf fans, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, look at it. It's a crap ground." I went, "Yeah, but you lived it." I said, "How long was you at Hilton Park?" And they went, and I went, "Come on, how long was you at Hilton Park for?" And they went, "Yeah." I said, "That is the biggest hellhole I've ever known in rugby league in my life." I said, "Never even thought of going to the toilets because you needed domestics putting on your feet. Don't even dare come at me with this ground after Hilton Park, pal." And so if anybody starts, I just remind them of their old grounds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, you look at, I mean, I'm not slagging any clubs off whatsoever, but Wakefield and Castleford, they're proper old school grounds. I know we can't compare at the minute, but like they've been saying, they're getting a new stadium for however long, and it's just not occurred yet. So
it's a funny game, isn't it? It's going to be who gets the stadium first, Castleford or the Eagles.
Oh, Wakefield, yeah, but I mean, to be fair, Cass have been. I think we've got a few decades on Cass. I think at the minute, I think they've been after a new stadium for a long while. So yeah, But I hope it happens for them, because obviously with Darryl there and everything like that, they play such a good brand of rugby and everything like that. And I remember now how long were we? 2014, yeah, when we were at Owlerton, because we beat an amateur side in Challenge Cup, and then played Cass in like the 5th round, I think. And I think we were winning at one point. I think we were winning like 6-0, but we took quite a few fans, and they were brilliant with us, with Cass fans. They were great. I think we lost like 46-16 in them, but I know young Tom Ashton scored, who's now at Hunslet, I think. So, yeah, he's we did well that day, to be fair. I mean, that 2014 season was really weird, because like we won a load of away games, didn't win many at home, and we still ended up 80 minutes away from as third 2011, 2012, 4th grand final. I had to think about that. I had to count it out on my fingers. That's embarrassing. But yeah, four grand finals in a row. But yeah, we just missed out against Fev. So, but yeah, that were interesting. But with Cass, like I say, hopefully their ground gets sorted, same as ours.
Who was your heroes growing up watching the Eagles then?
Heroes? Oh dear. See, from about now, I'm thinking, when can I actually remember from, like, when were the first memories of the Eagles? So I'd say around 2008, 2009-ish. We're getting Brendan Lindsay, 40. I'd say 2006 when we went up against Swinton. I can remember that because I went for Angarola with my mum. So we had to fight some Spanish people to get Sky Sports Extra on, because F1 were on. When Alonso were in his pomp, so we had to get Sky Sports Extra on, and literally nowhere had it. So I think we ended up getting it on, and it were all right. Yeah, we beat Johnny Woodcock, Brendan Lindsay. Yeah, they were brilliant. James Ford, who's now doing a sterling job at York. It's they were the first ones, really. I mean, yeah, and then moving on, obviously, to like the overseas players that started playing for us. So I was really excited when Aaron Groom came over, and then it just turned out he had a few injuries and stuff like that, a few things off the field, and it was bad that it didn't work out for him. But yeah, like QLT, Menzie, obviously, I mean, still knocking around in it, old lad. But yeah, Menzie, QLT, Missy. They were brilliant. Tanguy as well. Tanguy Rapati, he don't really get much of a mention, but he had a few years with us before going off to Fev, I think, and then Widnes. So yeah, there were Tanguy as well. Trevor Exton. Yeah, so many like good players that played for us that could be classed as heroes, really. That even only played for a few seasons. I mean, the one that sticks out for me quite recently, it's like 6 years ago, Etu Yasali, who came over from Fev. Fev just didn't get on with him at all. I mean, like, this guy's played NRL, he's played for Penrith Panthers, he's played, I don't know if he played New NZ Warriors, he played somewhere else, I'm pretty sure. But Etu came along and we were he was just brilliant. Like, such a good pickup from Tubbs. And yeah, he were amazing, and such a good guy off the field as well. I mean, me and I don't know what's happened with Scott Quibell. He made the Sheffield Eagles news page on Twitter, and like Etu like followed us, and we were like, "Oh, thanks for your support, lads," and everything like that. And it's like, that's brilliant. Like, we didn't even tweet him; he just tweeted us. And he was like, "Oh yeah," but he were a great guy. He's mad as a box of frogs as well. But, yeah,
what's it like working with? What's it like knowing with Menzie or the jukebox? Have we got a clue how old he is? Because I haven't got no clue. I think he's 21.
It's one of those things. I mean, I would ask him, but he punches me anyway, so he just punched me even harder, I think. So every time I see him, it's not even an handshake, and if it's an handshake, it's one of those that really hurts. Or just punches me on the arm. I'm like, "Hi, Menzie, you all right?" It's like, he could do it in my back, and I'd be like, "No, it is." It's like, but yeah, it's like I say, with his age and everything like that, it's not something I really get into. I mean, people make the jokes and everything like that, and I'm sure it's like duck off a water, water off a duck's back, should I say? Yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those.
I've been chatting to Johnny Lawless over the last few days.
Yeah.
Saying, and I said, "Did you wear this jersey?" Because I managed to get one. And he's like, "Oh yeah." He said, I think that was Super League One. I went, what, can't you remember? He went, oh, come on, it was that long ago. I said, I still remember you. He was just crazy. And I just said to him, my favourite memory of you is literally, we'd won 3 matches in 6 days. It was Easter, Good Friday, Easter Sunday, and then we played against the following Friday, and we'd won all 3. And at the end of the match, he's dancing across the pitch going, 1,500 bonzers, win bonus. And I'm like, that's my favourite memory of Lawless. He's just dancing across the pitch going, 1,500 quid. And I'm like, yeah, okay, just tell everybody how much your win bonus is then, Mr. Lawless. And he says, oh, I'm over the moon, mate. I'm over the moon. Well, I mean, God bless him.
In however many days. I mean, player welfare's never been a thing, has it, really?
God bless it. Our kid, man, it was mental because literally we went to Hull. I think it was Hull, and then it was 2 games at Don Valley. And the Good Friday at the Boulevard at Hull was, I mean, I'd been as a fan, but never as a player. And then Tubby kicks the goal in the last minute to win the game anyway. Carl Lovell went over and scored, and then Tubby kicks it. The whole place is literally, I'm like, get me out of here quick now. Give me the crash helmets. And I was scared for my life coming off that pitch. But, and then that was live on Sky as well. And then it's a Sunday and the following Friday. It was just mental days. But I think Rugby Football League at one point at some point will understand player welfare. But
yeah,
Sky
Television do their bit. The weekend is an absolute. It's a car crash for players, but for us fans, it's like it's great, isn't it? It's Good Friday, Easter Monday, lovely stuff.
Especially if one of them is a trip to Cumbria. Especially,
yeah,
the memories I have of the away tarts at Cumbria will always live with me for as long as I can. In the days we was allowed to take beer on the coach as well.
I remember going up to Barra, I think 2014, and we I think it was when Bobby Golding were in charge of Barra, and we battered them. We absolutely battered them, and I think Tubbs came over. He was saying about Bobby Golding is like, you've got a bit of a screw loose. You see, like, I think all players had come out for us. We're like, oh yeah, good game, well played lads, and everything like that. I imagine going over to the bar. And Tubby's waddled over with his flip flops as always, and everything like that, having a pint with us and everything like that. So yeah, those days when we were going up to Barra, that were good. It were nice. I mean, the memory from that, I'm pretty sure Andrew Senior got some seagull poo in his chips. So that was lovely. So, it's just the standard in Cumbria, really, especially Barra and those bloody seagulls, awful. But yeah, good times. No, it's just good times. That's all. Yeah. So
Billy Pete's blasted our chat room. Billy Pete has been blasting it all the way. He's going, scenes on toast, a Dan Fowler classic.
Yeah, when we beat Donny at last minute. Yeah, that's something I tweeted out. The scenes on in quarterfinal at 1895. Yeah.
Oh, just remember we are the Eagles, the mighty Eagles. We only win away, and
we only win away.
Oh.
Yeah,
Kyle Briggs, he mentioned as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one that went under radar. Yeah. So I think you. I don't know. We were against. He threw an outrageous dummy against someone. I don't know. We were at Keepmoat, I think, in 2015. It was just one of those games where we were pretty much. Not sure if we can swear, taking the piss. We really were. We were just head and shoulders above this team, and he's like going to throw a ball over to left flank, I think, to Scott Turner, and I'm looking for the ball, like, where's it gone? And he's still got it. He's running over try line. I'm like, that's ridiculous, like, absolutely ridiculous. His skill were unbelievable. I mean, I think he played in 2012 grand final, 4th Everton. So I think it were him and Liam Finn who were in the halves, and I know they tore us apart in 2011. So we were like, oh, we don't want that happening again. I think we won like 2016. I think in that final in 2012, like first grand final we won since merger, really. I mean, excluding League One playoff final in 2006. So that were he was something else with Kyle Briggs. Another one that Fev didn't want, and we took full advantage of, really. Same with Joe Hurst as well. Joe Hurst, he's another hero, really. 2012, I think he I don't know if it was 2012 he didn't play because he got a broken jaw at Lee, and then he played in 2013. And then I think that was his last game for us, really. He had a few bad injuries, I think, with his knee and everything like that. But yeah, Joe Hursty was superb as well. So another ex-Fev player. So.
So coming up to present day, when did you find out that the season had been cancelled?
Oh, I'm losing track of days and weeks. To be fair, Dean, I have been for months, really. So I can't remember. I can't remember when we actually announced it. But when we did announce it, I would have known probably about a week before. And it was just a case that Liam's told me, look, this is what we think's going to happen, but we've not got official confirmation. Don't say anything to anyone. But I think around that time, a week before the actual announcement, everyone really knew. It's just been going on because we put an announcement out to say, look, when we have more info, when we've had another meeting, we'll make another announcement. So I think that kind of gets to the point where fans are like waiting for the inevitable, really, and that's what we were doing. Really, it's we did want to cancel the season, but but we had that pretty much money spinner against Hull, didn't we, in Challenge Cup? So it's a shame we had to miss out on that. So it's that last game we're against Workington, and yeah, it's a shame, but just because someone decided to tweet about it.
Talked to any of the players?
Have I talked to any of the players, or
have you talked to any of the players since this all happened?
Since I messaged Corey Makeling to say good luck. Obviously, he's moved back to Australia. It's sad, really, because he were brilliant. He were brilliant for us. I've spoke to him, not spoke to any of the others really, because they've we did like a little. We've done a getting to know you with staff and everything like that, and we've done like the those isolation picks that we did. So we did a few of them, but they were just like Q&As that I didn't speak to the players, just got Liam to sort everything out. It's just a bit tricky with players on furlough, they don't have to do it. So yeah, and that's not the reason why there's not been any more. It's just not happened really, I guess. So it's but yeah, I spoke to Corey, wished him good luck. I'm sure many others did. And yeah, that's all really. So yeah, it's once we're back into pre-season, me and Alex will be getting up to there, speaking to new signings and stuff like that, and those new recruits. So yeah, like we usually do. So.
I mean, you and Alex doing a wonderful job. I mean, I'm speaking on behalf of me and everything, but you guys do an amazing job for the club. We always look at it, everything, the Twitter page, everything you do with the social media side of things, the interviews, the whole thing with the Eagles. You do a one hell of a job. Put you on Sky Sports instead of Brian Carney, will you? You'll get rid of it.
To be fair, I don't mind Carney, to be fair. Carney's all right.
Oh, he's wooden.
I know. I think he's got a bit about him. I think he's all right. I think. But, yeah, it's but yeah, thanks for that, mate. I mean, we wanted to do more with YouTube, really. Obviously, I know Eagles TV can be a bit sporadic at times. So we're wanting to, obviously, we as highlights and everything like that. It's and like the post-match interviews for people who might not have social media, such as Facebook and Twitter. Pop up on YouTube. People can watch it without an account, really, so they can just go onto YouTube if they have the internet.
Yeah. Well, I've worked out how to record this now, and hopefully I'm going to switch it over and create a channel on YouTube anyway. So I'm going
to why not? Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah,
on that, just do all that because I want to be doing these every week. I want to get everybody on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you say, obviously, the Eagles inside out, so people will do anything for anyone. So you only have to ask the question. I mean, me, Liam, and everyone like that, and obviously no Tubbs. Yeah, I mean,
Liam last year, I'll give Liam 1,001% gratitude for what he did for me last year. I'll never forget. 50 years old and going, would you like to be the mascot? I said that stupid thing live on air, and I said, look, if you want to do it, I'll do it. And they went, are you serious? Do you want to do it again? Yeah, go on then, why not?
I mean, it's only Wembley, isn't it? I mean, come on.
I was only Wembley where I got concussed. There you go. It's only Wembley. I got concussed in the first half, which John Keir said I was having a beer because I was on the floor and my head was on. I dived over the advertising boards as we used to do it. and I dive over the boards, and I thought it was grass, and I hit the concrete, and I bashed my head. So when my head's down, John Key's going, "Oh, he's had a beer, him. He's out of it." I was concussed. I didn't know what day it was, and I'm literally sitting with my legs going, "Get up, get up." I'm out, and I couldn't, and I had to get water, something. I could not see. I was just like,
quite ironic to be fair, because JK knows all about tripping over advertising boards after all won in 2005. He was like yes, and went backwards. He went arse over tit, didn't he? So that was funny. But yeah, he's but yeah, when they kept going towards you and stuff like that on camera and stuff, it was brilliant. Like, so
I bawled my eyes out. I was gone. I was just like everything that wanted in '98. I mean, '98, and I was told 5 days before the final I wasn't going. That's the one thing that always got me. And I was just like, "Can you get off the crutches?" I mean, I wasn't supposed to be off crutches for 2 months. And Mike Turner, the commercial manager, just said, "Can you get off your crutches in 4 weeks?" And I said, "Why?" And he went, "You can be mascot at Wembley." And next minute, I just went, but Alan Tomlinson, the physio, said, "Can you get me off crutches in 4 weeks? Come here." And I called him Adolf. He was that bad to me with the physio and what I was doing, but he got me off the crutches in 4 weeks. I'll never be. I'll be so grateful to him for what he did. But oh my God, that day, the heat, and I don't know how them lads played. I really don't, because the heat and everything and stuff. And then, hey, is there any more highlights coming on the Eagles channel on Sundays now, or is that it now?
What's that? All right, so it's one of those, because Liam's put out like pretty much like notice on the Eagles supporters page about getting those like old videos converted into DVDs and then can be burned onto YouTube. That's kind of what we're waiting for, really. I'm pretty sure we've not done 2012 grand final, so that can be next one. But we don't want to just post one and then leave it for however many weeks until we get more of these videos. So we kind of want at least 2 or 3 that we know we've got that we can use. And I mean, I go on Andy Senior's channel on YouTube, and there's absolutely loads. So we owe him.
Oh, I know that.
So
I'm on it. I'm on a couple. Sheffield Eagles v Widnes, 1989. Me running across the pit. Thank God they didn't put it when me and this guy chaired Tubby. We lifted Tubby off the ground and we chaired him off the pitch that day. And all I heard was him going, "What the bloody hell?" And he's going, "Come on," like that. And Scrum Down did the TV thing. They didn't show it, but the club did it. But I was like, yeah, I remember that. But I had a boss hairdo. I mean, what was I thinking?
I've had some shocking Barnets in my time, to be fair, and I'm 23 soon, 23 in a couple of weeks. So yeah, it's
23.
I'm
not telling you what eye style I had when I was 23, because Darryl Powell gave me my famous nickname with it, because I turned up once and permed hair was the rage. And I turned up at work at Sheffield Eagles. We had permed mullet, and I turned up and everything. And Darryl Powell looked straight at me and went, "Morning, Shirley." I went, "Oh, Shirley." And that was it. Shirley was stuck. And I'm like, "Oh, here we go." And he goes, "What's possessed you?" And I went, "I always like curly hair." And he's like, "You look like Henry Ramsey from Neighbours." Though for people that don't remember, we're Henry Ramsey from Neighbours. And I was just like that. But Darryl always seemed to give me the worst bleeding nickname. Him and Aston were terrible. With me. "Oh, get your hair cut, hippie." And used to drag me to Bogarts. Does Tubby still use Bogarts in Hillsborough?
I wouldn't know. So that might be one to ask Dawn, really. So
because if he's still using Bogarts to get his haircut for free, that's got to be the longest free haircut sponsorship I've ever known in my life. I got that set up in 1989, about a week before the first match against St Helens in First Division. And if he still goes there after all these years, that's amazing.
It's still going, so it probably will be. It's still going, his Bogarts. So yeah.
I just went in. I went in with a Sheffield Eagles t-shirt on, and they said, "Do you have something to do with the Eagles?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I work with them." He said, "Do you fancy see if we can get a few of the players come in and have a free haircut?" Next thing, all the first team squad from the First Division turned up. Jeff Hardy, Bert, Warren Smiles, Paul Broadbent, the whole gang went in, got free haircuts, and he's been there ever bloody since. I'm like, amazing. But God bless him. God bless him, because he's been through the ring. I mean, we all remember the dark days of everybody raising money to get the club going, to keep it going.
Yeah, definitely not too long ago either, really, as well. I mean, like it seems like it was like the second coming, really, because like it were happening again, really, like when not a few years ago, because I know Nikki Swire made the page, didn't she? And then like, a lot of rugby league fans put the money in the pocket for us, which were really good.
Well, here's one. Here's a world exclusive. We're going to put these up for auction. So if anybody wants them, they're going to be auctioned, and all money can go to the Eagles in this time and everything for me. I've got a pair of Luke Gale's England shorts and his socks. So if anybody wants an England shorts and socks, do the auction, bid for them, and all the money will go to the Eagles on my behalf. From the Eagles.
That's great. I mean, that's amazing. Like, I mean, I'm sure Liam and everyone at the club will be really thankful for that, because even though it's not like we've got money worries or anything like that, or at least not what I've heard of, I know it is a tough time for everyone, really, with the players being on furlough and everything like that. So anything that we can do extra is brilliant. But yeah, it's
definitely. I mean, if I could put my jerseys up, I did that. I've done that before. All my jerseys from '84 to 2000 or somewhere with Brian Moore, I think it is. But these shorts and socks. I'm 51 years old. I can't go around wearing.
Start going Luke Gale's shorts and socks.
Shorts at my age. I'm getting done for being. I'll get some right looks around here with that on. So I mean, I've got these shorts and everything. So the shorts and the socks. If anybody wants them, Luke Gale's. I haven't got a COA. I haven't got a certificate of authenticity. I got these off the gentleman. Got these off a friend of mine, and if anybody wants to make a bid, and all the money will go to the Eagles, I'll do that. We'll do that for the week. I'll get a picture. I'll put it on the page, and then you can bid away.
Yeah, put it on all different pages as well. That'd be great. Yeah. Just get more. Yeah, it's good. So I'm gonna say I don't envisage anything like the last time, really, because I mean that when we were in pretty much dire straits, it was like, because we were at Wakefield, and it's like, oh, what's going to happen? We don't know what's happening with stadium, and then RFL granted us dispensation, really, to play at the OLP, because obviously, as everyone knows, it's not where it should be, it's not how it should be, but they granted us that dispensation, and we've had a good few years. I should say 2017. 2018 when we were at Wakefield. Is that right? In 2019, we've had 2 seasons at OLP, I think, off the top of my head.
Like 3.
Is it 3? 2018.
This is third season, yeah.
2018 were at St Helens Joel Reg. Last year were obviously Wembley win 2020, which is now. And it is the 3rd season, but obviously cut short. So yeah, it's. I know we've had a few, like, I don't know, false hope sort of things, like, obviously, well, it should be getting done by list date, and it's not list date, and it is frustrating for us all, really, but we can only do what we can do. We keep having those meetings with the council and having those meetings with Scarborough Group and everything like that, and hopefully at the end of it all, we do have that stadium that we can use and that we can hopefully grow in, really.
I call it the Field of Dreams, because the famous line from Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. And I always say that. And that's how the OLP is our Field of Dreams.
Yeah, it's and fingers crossed it. Everything does become everything becomes good with it, because like that's what we want. We want somewhere where we can grow the game within the city. I mean, having the likes like Sheffield Oaks and Sheffield Forges involved, that's something that we really want to be happening, really, because they're the people that have the growth within like the kids and stuff like that, and like they have their own junior ranks and everything like that. And I know that's what Tubbs is wanting to do as well, because he's always been about giving a kid a dream. That's what he says all the time. So and that's hopefully something that we can do in the next few years. Get that academy set back up, a scholarship, and get people down on a Saturday morning watching Sheffield Eagles versus Leeds Rhinos, like in the scholarship, like we did when we were at Don Valley. So.
Yeah, the academy that we had, it was second to none. I mean, Liam talks about it on 4020 TV. Mark always talks about it. It was second to none. There was nothing. It took 16 years to get there, but it was an amazing thing to see all the Sheffield kids and the what you see now, Eddie Batty and all these other guys and everybody playing pro.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes under the radar, the amount of players that we have like pretty much grown within ourselves, and it is great. I mean, the reserves, I think it was like 2014, the reserves got to the reserves championship final. They lost to Lee in the last minute, but we had some really good players within that. I know there were like Corey who were playing in it, and I know we had a few senior players that were like fringe players that also played. But like you got to think like Sir Connor Scott, who's at Dewsbury now. You got your Eddie Batty, your Corey Astons, and even the like we've got Blake and Paddy and Greg Burns. Ryan Miller came through Birmingham, but then played in our reserves team and everything like that. It's there's so much talent out there that could be lost to the game, and probably has been lost to the game in the time that we've not had that academy and scholarship during the times of uncertainty with us recently. But like I say, it's never too late. Hopefully, we can get that sorted in the next few years once we've got a solid, stable ground. And yeah, you never know. You never know what we can do. So
yeah, excellent. Well, I think I took far too much of your time up, mate, already.
I don't think so. But yeah, it's all right. It's not too worry.
I'm blown away the fact that you've come on and done this tonight. I'm sorry, you've done an hour. We've done an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Thanks. Yeah, but we're gonna finish it right here because he's 23. God, he needs to be beauty sleep.
I've been bedtime soon.
That's but no, but on behalf of everyone, mate, thanks ever so much for you, Alex.
Not a problem, Dean. Anytime, man. Anytime.
Anytime, and hopefully we'll be back. We'll be back next week, and we'll see what else we can get on the.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be watching. Definitely, sir. All right,
mate, you take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Yeah, same to you, mate.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Right, and so Dan's gone, and it's just me now, and very simply, I'm going to give you what the future holds. I've bought a new system. I've bought this Zoom thing. Everybody keeps going on about and saying, "Oh, you want to do Zoom? You want to do Zoom?" So I'm doing Zoom, and so there we go. Next week, we'll see if we can get some other people on. Get some. Now, the sky's the limit. We can get people on from the comfort of their own home. They don't have to worry about a phone call. Don't have to worry about Facebook, Messenger, Zoom. We can get Zoom and put it straight onto your TV show and enjoy everything. And like I said, I've got a pair of England shorts and socks from one by Luke Gale. I'm going to put them up for auction. So all money raised will go to Sheffield Eagles. Okay? And so forth from there. But anyway, I'm going to say God bless and everything because it's getting a bit late for me. But I want to apologize straight away. Next week, I will be wearing this. This will be me next week. The reason being is I'm going to the dentist from now. I'm starting to get, I'm going to the dentist for the next few weeks. So in a few weeks' time, I'm going to be having no teeth. And then in about 3-4 weeks, I'll have a full set of dentures and everything so I can smile again. So I'm going to be wearing this next week. So please do not be aware. Please do not be harmed and everything. Yes, I know what it looks like, but in this time and age, it helps me very much. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks ever so much for watching. Thanks lots of Eagles Chat is back. We've got a new system. We've got new ways of doing it. And I really, really hope you enjoy it and everything. Also, if you want to catch us on talking general rugby league, if you go over to the Rugby League page on Facebook called Rugby League Fans Radio, join us on there. And then we're on there Tuesday evenings at 6 o'clock as well, talking all things rugby league. And because I thought this should just be for Eagles. And you take care, guys. God bless. See you. Bye-bye.